And Richard, tonight a procession honoring the life of the MIT officer who was shot and killed allegedly by the Boston bombing suspects was held. Officer Sean Collier was killed while responding to a report of a disturbance. The 26-year-old had been on the job for just over a year. His family told the Boston Globe their only solace is that he died bravely doing what he committed his life to. They say that was serving and protecting others. There are questions tonight on where the case should be tried and if the suspect will be read his Miranda rights before he's questioned by authorities. ABC 7's Roz Plater is tracking that story from our satellite center, and she joins us with that end of the story. Roz.
Kenneth, the suspect could face both federal and state charges, and of course the feds want to know if there was a wider scope to all of this. Did the two men have help? And if so, who helped them? Well, tonight there's a controversy over how to get that information.
From the White House on down, the priority is to find out the motives of the two brothers suspected in the deadly Boston attack.
We will determine what happened. We will investigate any associations that these terrorists may have had.
We now know the older brother, Tamerlan Tsarnaev, was already on the FBI's radar. Questioned 2 years ago after Russia tipped the U.S. he may be an Islamic radical, but nothing came out of the agency's investigation. His mother telling ABC News, quote, he loved Islam and didn't do anything bad. Then last year, Tamerlan traveled to Russia for 6 months, a trip that set off alarm bells for his family. ABC News has learned an uncle kicked him out, upset about his increasingly extremist views. A neighbor there said this about the family.
There was no fanaticism.
The younger brother, Johar Tsarnaev, is hospitalized with serious injuries, but once he's able to talk, sources say a team of special agents plan to question him without invoking the Miranda law. That is, telling him he has a right to remain silent.
There is a public safety exemption in cases of national security and potential charges involving acts of terrorism, and so the government has that opportunity.
But some experts say not reading his Miranda rights means it would be tough to use any evidence the feds collect at a trial.
It is in the interest, I think, of the country to be able to prosecute him in a public courtroom, and there's going to be many victims, survivors, who feel that it's very important to have that moment in court to try to understand what happened in this horrific situation.
The ACLU is also closely watching this case. That group says that special exception can only be used if there is an ongoing threat. Live in the Satellite Center, I'm Roz Plater, ABC 7 News.